Have you ever wondered how to live a life that is both meaningful and financially abundant? Today, we'll uncover a simple yet powerful concept: the Stoic Triangle of Wealth, a philosophy that blends the wisdom of Stoicism with modern financial principles. What truly makes life meaningful? Is it wealth, inner peace, or perhaps a combination of both? The philosophy of Stoicism, rooted in ancient Greek wisdom, offers a unique perspective that remains remarkably relevant today. The Stoics believed that true wealth isn't just about numbers in your bank account. It's about how you manage it to create a balanced and purposeful life. Enter the concept of the Stoic Triangle of Wealth, a simple yet profound framework. This isn't merely about accumulating riches. Instead, it's an invitation to reflect on life's deeper goals and our relationship with money. Why? Because Stoicism doesn't see wealth as the ultimate goal, but as a tool to support a greater purpose. In this journey, we'll explore the philosophy behind this triangle. Get ready to uncover insights that not only expand your understanding, but might even transform the way you view wealth and the world. Let's step into the world of Stoicism and discover how its timeless wisdom can inspire a richer, more meaningful life. The first pillar of the Stoic Triangle of Wealth is focusing on your true desires. In the philosophy of Stoicism, there's a strong emphasis on clarity, understanding what genuinely matters to you, and letting go of distractions that lead you astray. But what does this really mean in practice? Let's begin with a question. What do you genuinely want in life? Think about it for a moment. Is it a sense of happiness that's not tied to fleeting moments? Is it good health, a body and mind that allow you to experience life fully? Or is it quality time with the people you love, building memories that will stay with you forever? These might seem like simple questions, but they're often difficult to answer honestly. Why? Because the world around us is constantly competing for our attention. Advertisements tell us what we should want: bigger houses, faster cars, the latest gadgets. Social media showcases lives that appear more exciting, more luxurious, more successful than our own. It's easy to get swept up in the chase for things that, in the end, might not bring us true satisfaction. Stoicism urges us to pause, to step back and reflect. What truly brings me joy and meaning? It's about separating the signal from the noise, identifying the values, goals, and relationships that genuinely fulfill you. This process requires honesty with yourself. It's not about what society expects or what others define as success. It's about you. When you're clear on your true desires, something remarkable happens. You start to let go of the superficial. You stop worrying about impressing others or keeping up with trends. Instead, you focus your energy and resources on the things that align with your core values. This clarity becomes a compass, guiding your decisions and helping you avoid distractions that don't serve your long-term happiness. But let's address the challenge. How do you identify your true desires? Here's a simple exercise. Take out a piece of paper and divide it into two columns. On one side, write down the things you think you want, perhaps material possessions, career goals, or social status. On the other side, write what you truly value: peace of mind, strong relationships, personal growth. Compare the two lists. Are your actions aligned with the second column, or are you spending too much energy on the first? Focusing on your true desires doesn't mean you can't enjoy material success or pursue ambitious goals. It simply means being intentional. For example, if financial security is important to you, ask yourself, why? Is it because it offers freedom to spend time with your family? Or is it because you feel pressured to maintain a certain image? The key is to ensure your actions are tied to meaningful outcomes. Without focus, life can feel scattered. You might find yourself constantly busy but never truly fulfilled, chasing things that feel urgent in the moment, but leave you empty in the long run. But with focus, you gain control. You direct your time, energy, and resources toward building a life that resonates with your deepest values. So take a moment today to reflect. What truly matters to me? Write it down. Revisit it often. Let it be the foundation upon which you build your decisions, your relationships, and your financial habits. This clarity is not just the first step toward wealth. It's the first step toward a life of purpose, balance, and fulfillment. The second pillar of the Stoic Triangle of Wealth is compounding your money. At its core, this concept is about recognizing the immense power of small, consistent efforts over time. In the world of finance, it's known as the magic of compound interest. But in life, it's much more than just a mathematical principle. It's a philosophy for growth. Let's start with the financial side. Imagine saving just a small amount of money every month. At first, it might not seem like much, $50 here, $100 there. But as time passes, something extraordinary begins to happen. The money you've saved starts earning interest, and then that interest earns interest. Over years, even decades, this process of compounding can turn what once seemed insignificant into something truly remarkable. Albert Einstein reportedly called compound interest the eighth wonder of the world, and for good reason. It's not just about adding value, it's about exponential growth. But here's the real insight. This principle doesn't only apply to money. It applies to our lives, our habits, and our personal growth as well. In Stoicism, the idea of compounding mirrors the practice of daily improvement. The Stoics believed in the power of small, consistent steps towards self-mastery. Just as saving a little money each day can build financial security, making small, positive changes in your life can lead to profound transformation over time. Let's put this into perspective. Think about a simple habit. Reading just one page of a book every day. It doesn't sound like much, does it? But over the course of a year, you'll have read 365 pages. That's an entire book, or even several. Now, imagine applying this principle to other areas of your life. Exercising for just 10 minutes a day, practicing gratitude each morning, or saving a few extra dollars every week. Over time, these small actions compound into significant achievements. But compounding isn't just about growth, it's also about consistency. The Stoics often emphasize the importance of discipline and persistence. They understood that meaningful progress doesn't happen overnight. It's the result of showing up day after day, even when the results aren't immediately visible. Let's return to the financial example. Suppose you start saving today, but after a month or two, you don't see much growth. It's easy to feel discouraged and stop. But the magic of compounding takes time. The same is true in life. When you're building a new habit or working toward a long-term goal, the results may not be obvious at first. But with patience and persistence, the rewards will eventually come, often in ways that exceed your expectations. Here's another way to think about it. Compounding isn't just about accumulation, it's also about momentum. Each small step builds on the last, creating a ripple effect that amplifies your efforts. This is why the Stoics encouraged us to focus on what's within our control, to take small, deliberate actions each day that align with our values and goals. So how can you apply this pillar to your life? Start by identifying one small habit or action that aligns with your priorities. Maybe it's setting aside a specific amount of money each month for savings. Maybe it's dedicating 5 minutes a day to meditation or journaling. The key is to start small but remain consistent. Remember, compounding works both ways. Just as positive habits can lead to growth, negative habits can hold you back. Spending recklessly, neglecting your health, or ignoring your goals may not seem like a big deal in the short term, but over time, these choices can compound into significant setbacks. The Stoic approach to compounding is simple but profound. Focus on progress, not perfection. Celebrate the small wins, and trust that they will lead to greater achievements over time. Whether it's your finances, your health, or your personal growth, the principle of compounding reminds us that every small step matters. So, as you reflect on this pillar, ask yourself, what small, consistent action can I take today to create the future I want? With patience and persistence, You might be surprised by just how far those small steps can take you. The final pillar of the Stoic Triangle of Wealth is protecting your capital. This principle is as timeless as it is practical. At its core, it's about safeguarding the things that truly matter, whether it's your financial resources, your health, or your inner peace. Stoicism teaches us to value what we already have and to avoid unnecessary losses through reckless decisions. Let's begin with the financial side. Imagine you've worked hard to save and invest your money. That effort is admirable. But what happens if you take on excessive risk? Say you invest everything into a single stock or a business idea you barely understand, and it doesn't work out. The result can be devastating. Protecting your capital means taking a more measured approach. It's about being prudent, understanding the risks involved, and making decisions that prioritize sustainability over short-term gains. The Stoics would remind us, it's not about how much you gain, but about how much you keep. This is where the concept of temperance comes into play, a core Stoic virtue. Temperance encourages balance and caution, helping us resist the urge to chase after risky opportunities that might jeopardize what we've built. But this principle isn't just about money. It applies equally to our time and energy. Think of your time as capital. How often do we squander it on distractions or activities that don't align with our goals? Whether it's endless scrolling on social media, saying yes to obligations we don't care about, or overcommitting to things that drain us, these are all ways we lose valuable capital in the form of time and focus. Protecting your capital means setting boundaries and being deliberate about how you spend your time. The same goes for your energy. In Stoicism, protecting your inner peace is a central tenet. You might think of this as emotional capital. How often do we let trivial frustrations or negative people disrupt our mental equilibrium? The Stoics remind us that we can't control external events, but we can control how we respond. By practicing emotional resilience and letting go of things outside our control, we safeguard our inner peace, one of the most valuable forms of capital we possess. Let's connect this idea back to investing. Diversification is a fundamental principle in finance. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. The same principle applies to life. Protecting your capital doesn't mean avoiding risk entirely, but it does mean managing it wisely. Diversify your investments, yes, but also diversify how you spend your time and energy. Don't overinvest in one area of life at the expense of others. Balance is key. To put this into practice, ask yourself these questions. How am I managing the financial resources I've worked hard to build? Am I taking unnecessary risks, or am I being cautious and intentional? How am I spending my time? Am I using it on activities that bring me closer to my goals, or am I letting it slip away on distractions? And finally, how am I protecting my emotional and physical well-being? Am I guarding my inner peace, or am I letting stress and negativity consume me? Protecting your capital doesn't mean living in fear or avoiding growth. It's about being mindful of what you've built and making choices that preserve it for the future. Whether it's your money, your time, or your energy, this principle ensures that the foundation of your life remains strong, allowing you to pursue growth without unnecessary setbacks. In the end, the Stoic approach to wealth, financial or otherwise, isn't about hoarding or holding back. It's about stewardship. It's about recognizing the value of what you have and taking care to preserve it, so you can continue to build a life of purpose and fulfillment. So as you reflect on this final pillar, consider this. What steps can I take today to protect the things I value most? By safeguarding your capital, whether it's your wealth, your time, or your peace of mind, you create the stability needed to thrive in every area of life. So that's the Stoic Triangle of Wealth. Focus on your true desires, compound your money, and protect your capital. At first glance, it may seem like a simple framework, but don't be deceived. These three pillars hold the power to transform your life. By applying them, you not only pave the way for financial prosperity, but also build a life filled with purpose, balance, and fulfillment. The beauty of this Stoic approach is that it teaches us to see wealth in a broader context. It's not just about accumulating money. It's about using wealth as a tool to support the things that truly matter. It's about prioritizing inner peace, health, and meaningful connections, while still making thoughtful decisions that lead to long-term financial success. Remember, money is a tool, not the goal. So often in our society, we are taught to pursue wealth as the ultimate measure of success. But the Stoics would remind us that true wealth lies in how we live, not in how much we possess. Money, when used wisely, can be a means to greater happiness, security, and freedom. But without purpose, it is hollow. By focusing on what truly matters to you, compounding your efforts, and protecting what you've built, you can create a life where your resources serve a greater purpose. Imagine using your financial stability to spend more time with loved ones, invest in your health, or pursue meaningful work that aligns with your values. This is the power of Stoic wealth. It's not about what you have, but what you do with what you've built. As you move forward, take a moment to reflect on how you can apply these 3 pillars to your own life. Ask yourself, what are my true desires? How can I make small, consistent improvements to achieve my goals? And perhaps most importantly, how can I protect the resources, financial, emotional, and time, that I value most? In the end, the Stoic Triangle of Wealth isn't just about achieving financial success. It's about creating a life that is purposeful, fulfilling, and peaceful. So, embrace these principles, and remember that wealth, in all its forms, is a tool meant to enrich your life, not define it.